Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are doing something a little fun for you guys. We are gonna do Battle of the Blasters here at Universal Studios. They have two rides that are the Blaster style attractions here. You have Men in Black, which has been around for quite some time now, and then you have the brand new VillainCon Minion Blast, as the sun is blasting me in the face right now. Either way, we want to start to compare them. Obviously, with VillainCon just opening, or technically in technical rehearsal, we're gonna see, does it hold up to Men in Black, and kind of do a little point system and see, is the new better than the old? We'll give you our thoughts and opinions on it here. Nicole, are you ready? Are you ready to have some fun?
I'm ready to go blast some things.
Blast some things. Let's get into the park. I think I need to point out it is after 6 p.m. We decided to come a little bit later today, and the lines have been absurd. Coming in through security was very, very long, and now coming into the park, I mean, look at the lines right now. For 6:20 right now, this is kind of insane. Truth be told, I have already done Minion Blast. Nicole has not, so it will be a completely new experience for her. However, I have only done it once. However, we are coming up to our first ride, which is Minion Blast, located right at the front of the park now. Here you go. This is the brand new VillainCon Minion Blast. I've done a full review on this. If you guys are interested, go ahead and check my channel. You can see it. It is in a recent video. Right now, it is a posted 25-minute wait. It is in technical rehearsal, which means it's not technically open, but everybody can still ride as long as it is up and operational. So we're gonna go ahead and get in line. It says 25 minutes, very short queue from what I was experienced. Last time, posted 60. Waited about 18 minutes. I will also mention that they did not have this extended queue open last time, but I did call. I think this was going to turn into an extended queue. Oh my gosh, it goes all the way back there too. Wow. So when this can get to be a long line, I feel like it's going to be a long line. Something I also mentioned, all of the queue is mostly outdoors. Something I think I need to point out is this entire queue outdoors, I'm guessing will be the normal queue. The other day we did this little queue here where you kind of come along the wall. My guess is that'll actually be the express lane when that opens up, because this seems to be the one that has a lot more switchbacks. So I'm gonna guess that one is only going to be express. We are inside, finally in some AC. Very short to get inside here. What are your first thoughts, Nicole? How do you like it?
It reminds me of like the gift shop, kind of.
Okay, I can see that a little bit.
I'm not like getting ride vibes, I'm getting like gift shop vibes.
We're in a convention right now. These are their booths. We have Malicious Motors. We have what is that? Oh, unlawful outfitters, devious destinations, and I don't know, I think there's one more on the other side over there. Oh, corrupt companions up there too. I think I lost some of this here, maybe the gem in the Lost and Found, aka Lost and Stolen. Now again, much like all of Universal's attractions, you cannot film on this ride, so I will have to put my camera away. They are reiterating it today. They are telling you multiple times, we've been told 2 times now, we aren't even in the room yet, telling us we cannot film on the ride, but everything up until the actual walk path itself is able to be filmed.
Yellow or blue bell light, and continue moving forward. When collecting your blast,
we have just finished up our first run on VillainCon Minion Blast in the Battle of the Blasters here. You guys have heard my review again in my other video, and I'll put a little bit of my sense in here. But let's hear Nicole's thoughts on her first run through VillainCon Minion Blast. All right, first run through, what are you thinking?
Well, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but I think it's pretty boring. It was a little too long for me, a little too slow, and the gun was heavy, and I was just kind of like checked out, maybe with like 1 or 2 rooms left, honestly.
Okay, and I have been hearing some people just like, again, aren't super, enthused with it, and I feel like there are some kind of downsides to the ride. As far as it went, did you feel like it was unique as far as the experience? I mean, what's your thoughts, I feel like, compared to other Blaster games?
I feel like the fact that you're standing and you're just like really moving slowly on a conveyor belt versus like in a car or spinning around or like doing something takes away from the fun. Like it didn't feel like a ride to me. I would just kind of like a walk-through experience, and maybe that's why I'm having like a more negative viewpoint. Like you hear ride, you think like, ooh, exciting, and it was just, you kind of stood there and shot at the wall.
And that's a fair point. I guess I didn't really think about that as like getting on a ride vehicle versus standing on like a moving walkway. So I can understand that.
So the blaster was kind of heavy, and I had to like switch the blaster between my arms a couple of times. And we all know I'm weak, but like it was a little heavy. I liked that there wasn't a cord connecting it, like restricting how far I could like lift or pull. So I thought that was unique because I know with Men in Black, sometimes I feel restricted with that coil. I also thought it was kind of easy to like point at where you wanted to aim. So it's kind of like a hot mess on the screen of things exploding, but I think it's easy enough to line up where you're trying to shoot. I just don't know what to shoot at.
So as far as the walk path goes, what's your thoughts?
I know I asked you, like, was it like loose or wobbly? Like, are you moving? And I feel like you couldn't really even tell you were moving. Like, you're not shaky or wobbly. It was very smooth.
Okay, and there you go. So, and I said the same thing. I felt like it was pretty easy to move. And again, you're kind of just like moving along the path. You're not feeling like you're jerking around. You don't feel like you're off balance. They actually do a good job keeping you kind of upright, and you don't really have to worry much about it. Nobody I saw even like remotely trying to grab on or getting like wobbly at all. All right, so we're gonna give you a little bit of a rating system here. So for the uniqueness of the ride, Nicole and I have chatted. We both agreed with a 4 out of 5. So our average would then be 4 out of 5 in uniqueness. That basically just means it's unlike anything you've done before. You have a detached gun that allows you to kind of maneuver it however you want. You can hold it however you want. You could hold it upside down if you wanted to. You have the ability to use 2 different types of ammunition. That's pretty unique in my opinion. And then also the just kind of idea that you're on a walk path. Whether you like it or not, it is something new. It's something that hasn't been done before. So 4 out of 5 for uniqueness. We will be doing an update video for you guys, by the way, but just really quick, they do have some lights going up for HHN on these trusses that are going around the park. So again, we will have an update video for you guys. If you guys haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, turn that bell notification on so you guys are informed, but they do have a lot of lights. Just had to point that out as we are heading over to Men in Black. Now we continue on to the next rating, which would be the actual theming of the ride. I said about like a 3 out of 5. Nicole says about a 2 out of 5. So we're gonna sit there at about a 2.5 out of 5. It kind of goes with the convention. You don't totally understand why you're in that room. You're not like, the queue itself, once you get inside, is pretty cool. But the second that like you go onto that conveyor belt, you're kind of like drawn away from the fact that you're in the convention. It's like there's stuff outside, things are flying all over the place. And it's like, what does this have to do with the convention a little bit? But you get a little bit of the villains and some of like the minions and stuff, so you're kind of involved with it, and you could see that you're blowing up boxes that have weird ammunition and stuff. So for that, I guess I got to give it a little bit more, and that's again why I think I went 3 out of 5. Nicole wasn't totally getting it, 2 out of 5. So theming, 2.5 out of 5. So we decided to kind of go over the point system. How do you accumulate points? Did you feel good about getting the points? It's kind of a all-encompassing thing when you say points. So number 1, it would be, did you feel good about actually accumulating the amount of points that you did? Did you like that you had a lot of points or not a lot of points? You know, some games, it's like you get a ton of points. Some games, you get a minimal amount of points. With this one, you can get like easily over 1 million. Things like MIB, you cap out at 999. Based on point totals, we said 3.0 for Nicole and 3.5 for myself, giving us a 3.25 for the points. And again, it's all encompassing. Some things were better with the points as far as, you know, maybe like how you got them, but maybe just the excessive amount of points maybe wasn't as fun. All kind of depends right there, but we put that at right about a 3.25 for accumulating points in just the whole point category. Now the final factor that we had was just enjoyment / fun of the ride. So when we look at the ride, when you get done, how fun was it to you? Did you feel like you got a lot of enjoyment? Did you feel like you wanted to get back on the ride? I said about like a 4. It's like I feel like I'd want to go and improve my score. It's like, that's kind of enjoyable. It's like, I want to go like figure out more and more on how to actually do it. You know, I think it's unique. Is it going to fall in time? Most likely, but right now it's new, so maybe that's why I'm so amped up for it. Nicole, on the other hand, gave it a 2 out of 5. So our average score comes out to be a 3 out of 5 for fun / enjoyment factor for the entire thing here for VillainCon Minion Blast. So now what we're going to do is right behind us here, we're gonna go do MIB, Men in Black, tell you what we think, and kind of compare the scores, and then ultimately give you kind of a choice what wins Battle of the Blasters here at Universal Studios. I could tell you right now, the queue for Men in Black is untouched, probably in any ride. The amount of AC you get in this ride, uncomparable across any of the rides. So Blasters alone, we didn't even want to compete with that because MIB just takes the cake there. Either way, let's get our stuff inside of a locker, go ride, and then we'll talk to you a little bit about Men in Black and our thoughts. I feel like I'm about to roast Men in Black's score after how bad I just did, but I won't, I'll be fair. The worst I've done yet though, for sure. Also, I didn't realize between the left and the right side when you actually are loading, they definitely have different ways that you're facing, so the points that you can get are different. And we haven't done the right side in a while. That's what we did this time. I did horrible, but Nicole did better. And firstly, we have the uniqueness of Men in Black. Nicole, what was your score?
I give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. I'm giving it a 4.5. We talked about it. Here's the thing when you look at Men in Black. Men in Black is actually pretty unique when you really boil it down to all of the other blasters in Orlando. Number one, the vehicle system isn't too unique, and that's why I'm not giving it that last half a star for a 5 out of 5. But think about it. The point system is completely different every single time. You can actually interact with the other vehicle that you're going against. So you're kind of in like a 1-versus-1 situation. So you can ultimately screw them over, hitting their fusion exhaust port, and then they start spinning around. You're interacting with the elements. It's like the aliens are kind of shooting at you and doing stuff, so your vehicle spins. So it feels like you're in the environment a lot more. And on top of that, you're going through a full facility. It's not just screen to screen and you're shooting at screens and whatever. It's like you're physically shooting at an object that's out and about. You know, you feel like you're really involved. I think that's a really cool concept compared to all of the other blasters here at the parks. So we gave it a total of a 4.25 when you combine our two scores. So 4.25, Men in Black for uniqueness. Here we go, theming of the ride. On 3, let's give them our score. 1, 2, 3, 5. That's a 5 out of 5 for that ride. Think about it. The second that you start that queue to the second that you are getting out of the vehicle, it is full-blown theming. You are in with the aliens. You know, you've got the guns, you got the lasers. They do just an incredible job. If you've never ridden Men in Black, go ride it just for the theming alone. You feel like you are just part of this whole simulation thing going on in there. Great job with the theming. I don't think I gotta speak much more on it. However, it's getting very windy right now. I think storms are brewing right now. Also, more lights. Look at that. More HHN lights. That's not what we're talking about today. Anyway, 5 out of 5 for the theming. All right, on 3, let's go ahead and say our scores for scoring. We are talking about scoring right now. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, 2. We agreed on this one again. I'll have Nicole explain this one. Why did we give it a 2?
I think with Men in Black, it's like no matter where you're shooting, you just don't know where you're shooting. The laser is hard to see. The aliens don't like to register. Like my gun lights up green and I still don't get points. And I feel like it's hard to accumulate points. It's hard to aim. It's hard to know where you're shooting at, unfortunately.
And there it is. Scoring is definitely a toughie. The scoring is just tough for Men in Black. It's sometimes you feel like you're shooting like right at the alien, you don't get any points. Sometimes I feel like I'm like kind of close and I'm getting points. It's hard. As fun of a ride as it is, the scoring system is rough. When you do good, you feel like you're kind of just like hitting it, and sometimes it's just like, oh, every single alien I shot it, I was registering. And I know that you can like steal almost like the aliens, I think, from people, because it's like if like the lights go red, it's like I think that means that they're hit. So if somebody else hits it, you don't get to like ultimately get that alien, I think. And again, scoring's still a little finicky for me, but from what I understood, like somebody else, if they hit it and then you shoot that same one, if the eyes are red and it's red lit up, that means it's not able to be hit again until it goes back to green. Yeah, scoring is definitely a 2 in this one. So we averaged out to a 2. We definitely agree on that one. Scoring's a little rough there. All right, our final rating. And before we give you that, go ahead and thumbs this video up if you are enjoying the Battle of the Blasters. Now we're coming back to the total fun/enjoyment factor. Nicole, what was your score?
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 for overall enjoyment factor.
All right, and I'm giving it a 4. The reason why I didn't quite go up to 4.5 or a 5 is sometimes the spinning can get to me a little bit if you're just kind of going a little too crazy. And the point system, I'm so competitive. I wish the point system were just a little bit more fleshed out. So I feel like I come off of that ride so many times and I'm like, I wish I knew what I was doing a little bit more. I've ridden it a lot. I've looked up all the tips and tricks online. I just feel like sometimes I don't have that much control as much as I think I do. And so for that reason, it doesn't quite get to the 4.5 or 5 for me. So either way, that averages out to a 4.25. Some pretty high scores for Men in Black. And due to the totals that you can see, it does look like Men in Black would take the cake there as the winner for Battle of the Blasters there between the two rides here. Now, with all that said, I still highly recommend you ride VillainCon Minion Blast. Give it a ride for yourself. check it out, let it get out of technical rehearsals. A lot of people are coming out, and there's a lot of negative reviews on it, and rightfully so. I get it, I understand why people are not happy with the ride. I'm not questioning any of that. However, let it get out of technical rehearsals, let them work out some of the kinks, let it just kind of become a normal ride, and then make that judgment call. Because right now, they are still trying to perfect it a little bit. As you can see, there's a lot of things that are still going wrong with the ride. Let it get out of technical rehearsals, then make the official call. And we will ride it again when it does officially open, and we'll give you our review then too. But as of now, we're gonna give Battle of the Blasters to Men in Black for the time being. It doesn't mean VillainCon won't come back and take that place.
You know, Dillon mentioned that the ride VillainCon has an app associated with it where you get to go in and like customize like what your little cursor kind of looks like, and you can see your score and you can follow your piece more easily. So I wonder if once that app is up and going and it's a bit more customizable, it might increase the overall enjoyment score.
So what do you guys think of that? I totally agree, and I think I mentioned that in my review of the ride itself. I said, you know, once that app is going and you can start to see your score up on the leaderboard if you get it, because it's like today I would have been on the leaderboard as well, and then like seeing the customization of like your little icon inside of the blaster, things like that. I think all of that is going to increase that experience a lot more because it's going to feel personal. It's going to feel like you're not just getting into a seat with a broken down gun or something weird. It's gonna feel like it's your character that you're going through VillainCon with. And I think that's really gonna be a huge benefit for the ride. It's not there yet. I don't know when it's coming. I asked about it. They just said it's not here yet. So I'll let you guys know when that does happen. But as of now, I think that will be a big factor also for that ride as something that, you know, really boosts that uniqueness as well. Right over Nicole's head right here, you can see we are about to get some crazy storms. I'm seeing lightning out there. It is a very dark sky. So I think it is time to wrap it up as we have now finished our Battle of the Blasters. What do you think, Nicole? Is that pretty good as far as our thoughts on it? You feel like Men in Black is the solid winner between the two for now?
I do, but I wonder if there's a little bit of bias since we love Men in Black and Minion is still so new.
Fair point. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe the more we ride, I don't know, VillainCon Minion Blast, maybe we become Minion Blast fans. That is going to wrap up our day here at Universal Studios. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as we did a little Battle of the Blasters here. It was just something fun we decided to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, is one ride better than the other? It all just depends. Depends on what you feel. This is just our opinion. And honestly, VillainCon I think will continue to rise as they perfect things and that app gets implemented. I really do think it's gonna get better and better. Either way, again, thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.